And greetings, my dear friends. Welcome back. And well, with the Vitality win major, life doesn't stop. So let's carry on and enjoy our CCT online finals with some surprising team participating. I did not expect to see NIP over there. BIG, well, is what it is. That's where they currently belong. Um, Bad News Eagles, and as always, the online is not really the best thing for them. They always play horribly online. Um, Static, probably one of the best online teams that ever participated in online events. God from Sky, playing by News Eagles again. Astralis Talent, surprisingly uh, reaching that far, and actually playing decent, unexpected. Nine, finally being where they feel the best. And yeah, Force with the probably the strongest lineup right now. Aurora versus Into the Breach. This one's gonna be interesting. Technically, both could actually join the um, like the semifinals or like be a low bracket winner. But yeah, I'm not sure if Cypher actually gonna upgrade his PC at the at the right time for tomorrow game. So still, we'll have to prefer Aurora over here. And in general, the amount of teams is pretty interesting. However, the prices are kind of screwed up. Um, so let's go with expectations. Well, um, I don't think anyone expects Meta to beat NIP, so it should be easy best of three win for NIP, probably 2-0. Then Into the Breach versus Aurora. Even though the rankings say that Into the Breach is a higher rank, but to be honest, these teams um, they kind of same level, but just like recently Into the Breach had like the amazing run at the major. But in general, I think Aurora has this one. Fours against Havel. Um, I I'm not a big fan of Crad and Jerry playing in the same team, but apparently it works and it's fine. And Zorte and Shalfi, they both are in great form right now, so I believe Force has this. Then Bad News Eagles against Flames. Um, this is probably the most interesting matchup from the opening round, and well, you can't deny that God from Sky in online is just superior to Bad News Eagles. So I'll have to go with the God from Sky, advancing and playing Force. So this is the first part, right? NIP versus Aurora, and in that game, um, I think NIP has a slight advantage, but I'm still not sure if they're gonna take this serious. Because if we look at the prize pool, 200k prize pool. Mm, I don't know. Maybe it's worth it, but in general, I've never seen NIP taking online events seriously. So for me, probably it's going to be Aurora going to the quarterfinal to the semifinal, right? In a game Force against the Copenhagen Flames, um, Force are just superior, and even though God from Sky has his online buff, but I think Force have to win this one. And upper semifinal is going to be for me Force against Aurora, and in that matchup, in online series. I know. For me, it feels like Zorta has this one. Zorta is actually turning into that another great sniper from CIS region, and yeah, he had a great event at the major. And for me, this is gonna be my first pick. So Zorta is my pick number one, alongside him because I think they're gonna advance to the uh, upper final and then grand final. I have to pair him up with another player, and if we look at the match histories and all that stuff. Just 5k difference between crowd and result is not the worst thing. And if we look actually on the teams that they're gonna be facing, um, probably result is gonna be more consistent pick rather than going for crowd that can actually like go 30 bomb or go for like 523 score. Uh, result is playing slightly different roles in force, so uh, I believe it's gonna be more beneficial to pick him. Or I probably should have picked Shalfi and then uh, actually yes, I'm gonna double up on force carries and I'm just gonna pick Shalfi as a secondary carry, and that's gonna be my gamble. So mm in terms of Aurora going to the upper final, um, yes. With that said, I will have to pick Lucky as my budget pick and kind of balance the budget, right? So now let's go to the lower bracket and see the big against Corinthians. I don't expect Corinthians to do any damage. So my expectation is BIG to win this one. Then Movistar versus the Static. Oof. This is an interesting one. And for me, Movistar, they are kind of getting stronger with every event they play. It doesn't matter if it's online or it's LAN event. However, it's getting sunny outside, and well, they're Spanish, so I don't think they're gonna be spending much time indoors playing CSGO, right? I think they're just gonna be outside enjoying the sun and uh, going to the beach, whatever. It's that time of the year where yeah, they're kind of starting now. Um, so my expectation is that Static probably gonna take this one. Um, big against the Static. Mm, it's a tough to call, especially now when Big kind of screwed up a lot of events in a row. And if we look at the big prices, it doesn't really make sense to pick like these players, right? Thompson, okay, Ito, like the hatchet machine, like, but in general, like Crimbo for 217. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of picking big players in general. So for me, like in a game big against the Static, probably a Static gonna take this one. And well, the online team, so yeah, probably they're gonna take this one, and they're gonna advance to the upper final. And if we look at the teams, then uh, the prices of Static players are just incredible. Um, but the thing is that they are playing Movistar and then they're playing big, right? So there is a high chance that they're just gonna screw up. Um, but still, my bet is that Static gonna go to the upper final. Now, Nine versus Sharks. Interesting one. Don't underestimate Sharks. They can surprise, but in general, it's a free win for Nine. Pardon me. Just recently woke up at 6 o'clock in the evening. So yeah, if we look at the prices of 9 players, then we're gonna see Kyla as 207k and Minio as 186 and Goofy as 206 as well. And yeah, that's gonna be first win. Then we're gonna see Astralis playing Endpoint, and Endpoint recently kind of made I know proper commitment to the final five that they're gonna stick with. MHL, I don't know, his rating is just way too high, and I believe that in this fantasy, yeah, 213k for MHL. Uh, I don't know. Heavy God on the other side for 205k is okay-ish, upcoming player, but again, I don't think Endpoint's gonna do some damage. So if we end up looking at the lower bracket, then we're gonna see that first game is probably gonna be 9. Then Astralis Talent or Endpoint. Um, I certainly believe that Astralis Talent probably gonna win this one, and then they're gonna face 9, and here is where I believe that 9 is gonna advance further and uh, probably play a static or big in a upper final over here. And that said, I believe I have to pick 9 as my secondary team. Uh, and exactly with that, what we were gonna see then. All right, Kayla I think is a great option here, but unfortunately he cuts my budget out, and I have only 182k left, which kind of gives me Martinez, Davigi, Mighty Max, Bird from Sky, and yeah, and that's it. Kind of bad thing. So the other thing is that I can try to replace Lucky with, let's say, Minio, and where's he? Minio, and try to find anything that's 175k. So that's Mighty Max, Irex, and Irex is playing Force, which sucks, and Mighty Max is playing Astralis Talent, which I believe gonna beat them, but they're gonna be dropping to the lower bracket, and they will be playing Sharks. So in general, there's an option that Mighty Max might be a mighty pick. So that's my final pick, and that's how it looks like, right? Um, can I upgrade Kayla for Goofy or whatever? No, I can't. So I'll be forced to have 7k extra, and yeah, nothing to upgrade. I have two best Force players, and yeah, Shalfi and Zorte. Well, I hope they're gonna carry me all the way. So, yeah, let's go. Mm. Opa, multi-frag or defender, or IGL. Probably IGL. Mighty Max, uh, as a noob or headshot machine. Hey, oh, support player. Okay. Minio. Let's remove the role first. Let's get the Mighty Max, his Mighty support role. Then Kayla, uh, mm, headshot machine, and Minio, probably noob role, right? Max bonus before. I don't think he's gonna have over 1.15 rating, so it's gonna be 2 points every time. So I'm not counting on high points on him. So it's just gonna be one of those. In terms of boosters, what they're gonna use in the first one, Zorte most likely gonna be on top of the scoreboard over here. Uh, Trades from Shalfi, Minio, mm, mm, not against them, but like I'm gonna use the that booster Mighty Max. Probably he's gonna do a great job with the flashbangs. And Kayla against Sharks. Is he gonna get baited? Mm, or is he gonna be consistent? That's the question. In terms of assists, I don't think he's gonna be that great on assists in this one. So probably we're gonna use this one then. Yeah, so that's the first fantasy after the major. One more time, congrats to Vitality and Vitality fans. And yeah, see you at the next one. Have fun.